Hi everyone, Ken Cameron here from Corporate Culture Shift. We're talking about the Shift card deck. Thanks for joining us. We're about halfway through our ATB booster campaign. And if you're just joining us, then make sure you take the time to go back and check out some of our previous vlog posts because we've been providing a tour of the entire card deck as we go along. Now, if you've already been following along, then you probably remember that we visited with Alexandra Hatcher, our co-developer, last week, and we talked about how the cards fit together. And this is the layout that she showed us about how the card fit together. And one of the things that she said in passing is that we always put the customer card in the center because we think that every organization should be focused on the needs of the customer, whatever that means for your organization, whether that's a client or whether that's an internal facing customer. So today I want to delve in a little bit deeper into what we mean by customer. So I've got here all of the cards from the customer suite of cards. And so there's 8 of these cards which you can use to really make sure that your team members are in fact putting the customer at the center of your organization. Or if you really want to get your team to focus on being more customer centric in their behavior and in the way that in their actions. So the first of these cards is listening. And it's about how they listen to their customers. And it's about not just having ears in terms of listening to your customers, but also eyes in terms of what your customers are doing. Because what the customers say they want may not always be what the customers actually do when they're visiting your website or when they're using your product. Next, you need to have some empathy. So this is particularly useful when you're working with customer service, but it's also useful when you're doing product design. And we've heard about many companies who will develop, if they're developing something for pregnant mothers, they'll put on a baby belly so that they get a feeling of what it feels like to be moving through the world in an awkward fashion as a pregnant mother might. So having empathy for your customers and how your customers use your product or use your service is really important in customer-centric design. But then there's another step, and that's compassion. Having compassion for your customers. Now, this is different than empathy because compassion is empathy in action. Compassion is doing something in response to what you've identified using empathy as your customer's needs. So this is about designing to suit your customer, or this is about thinking about how your customers use your product and responding accordingly. Patience. This is particularly useful when you've got elements in your business who are working one-on-one with your customers. They require sometimes a lot of patience. And when you put all these things together, it really matters with your customers. We're going to move into the second half of the cards, and one of them is service. Because providing exceptional service, beginning with the first point of contact and all the way through all points of the transaction, is essential to building customer loyalty. And as is responsiveness. Responsiveness and customer loyalty are directly linked, and they're directly linked in the way around expectations around responsiveness are met. So if you've got customers or clients who expect a same-day response, then you've got to be living up to that expectation. But if you can train your customers to expect a 2 or 3 day response between points of contact, then that becomes their set of expectations. Quality. Competing on quality instead of competing on price means that customers remain loyal even when a more competitive price point comes along from a competitor. So if you can compete on quality instead of just on price, then you're going to build a different kind of customer loyalty. And then finally, flexibility. You probably have experienced, just as I have, that when you are interacting with a company and they're rigid in the way that they provide their service and they're not meeting your needs, then you're more than likely to go somewhere else to a company that can be more flexible to meet and customize to your needs. So being able to be flexible in the way that you deliver your products or services is also essential to customer-centric behavior. So that's how we envision putting the customer at the center of this card deck and also at the center of a business's transactions. I hope that's been useful for you. If you've enjoyed this vlog, take a look at some of the other ones. And if you're enjoying the card deck, then go and support our ATB Booster campaign. Get your card deck now. This is an exciting week to do that because we just released a new level. And we're really excited about this new level because it combines several of the other smaller levels. The card deck, the one-to-one consultation with either Alexandra or myself, and a lunch and learn. So that you can put the lunch and learn around a little mini program for yourself. You can get a consultation beforehand, you can get the lunch and learn, and then a little quick debrief afterwards, and then you can really make an impact and really make a difference in your company and really move the needle with your team. take a look at our ATB website. We're looking forward to you supporting us. We're looking forward to supporting you. Take care.